Hello and welcome to today's video. We are starting the crafting week. What is the crafting week, you ask yourself? Well, basically I've accumulated an insane amount of crafting materials and we're gonna spend each day talking about the different crafts just so we can learn a little bit more about crafting in D2 and Project Diablo 2 specifically. And we're also going to just be doing a lot of crafts, which is, that's a lot of fun. So on day number 1, we've done 1,000, this is what we're going to show today, 1,000 blood amulets. Blood amulets are very loved for their life after each kill. They're used by a lot of casters, a lot of sorceress builds, a lot of druid builds, really like life after each kill, like fire druid, cold druid, Arctic Blast, whatever. So a lot of builds really like this LPK, and that's the main reason why you would use Blood Amulet. There are of course other uses for blood crafting. So before we get into the amulet bit, I want to kind of cover just like the general things you can make with blood amulets, or with blood crafting. And for people who are unsure what blood infusions are, basically it's like a pre-made crafting material. So normally if you have this little help text turned on, like you can go over here, and in general you'll have I'm not sure here, item help text, and if you have it on, it will kind of tell you this extra information of like what do you need to combine right with the gem in order to get a crafting. So generally speaking, you need a gem, a jewel, and a rune, a specific rune, to craft something. And for rings, it's soul. For helm, it's ral. Amulet, it's am. And for each gem, it's going to be a different combination. And infusion, it drops from the goblin event in maps. And when you get them, you can use them as like a pre-made crafting material. So it's like it's worth like the gem, the jewel, and the specific rune that you need. So we're gonna show how this is used, but let's get back to what do you use blood crafts for. And amulets, in my opinion, are the most popular choice. Blood amulets are incredibly popular, so if you want to get into crafting, this is a great way to start. Generally speaking, people craft amulets that are below level, that are above level 89, from what I remember, and that means that you want to be level 93, because normally you get amulets by going to Anya, and you will be just like buying like an amulet. I'm not going to do it now because I already bought one, right? And you will get like an amulet that's about 4 or 5 levels within your range, from what I remember. So generally speaking, you'll buy like an amulet here, then you'll put them all into your little box and put them with the right materials, right, like so, or you can use an infusion, doesn't matter. I'll show with this because I already have it kind of together. Then you press combine or transmute, and you get this blood amulet. And as you can see, it has guaranteed faster run walk, 10 faster run walk. It guarantees flat life. This one I think got more flat life on top, and it guarantees life after each kill between 3 to 6. So not the best roll, not a very good one, and this is the kind of amulet that we sell back to Larzuk. But that's blood amulets. Rings generally are not crafted often. They're not very popular. So I'm just gonna show it gives 5 to 10 strength, 1 to 3 life leech, and 10 to 20 life. Belts actually give open wounds, and some barbs really like using them. Some open wounds barbs really like the blood crafted belts. So for example, let's grab a crafting infusion. Otherwise I would need to grab a tal rune. So it could have been a tal, jewel, and perfect ruby, but we're going to do it with an infusion now. And the belt, and we'll combine it, and as you can see, 4% lifesteal, 17 chance of open wounds, and gets 23 life. I think this is a little bit more than what is guaranteed from what I remember. It should be 10 to 20. Yeah, so it got like a little bit more. So as you can see, this is how it works. You would usually make this only if you want to up your chance to open wounds, if it's not 100, because you always want to proc open wounds. So that's why you would use a crafted blood belt. For gloves, normally this is not used, gives 5 to 10 crushing blow, 2 to 4 life leech, and 10 to 20 life. Just in the case, I've only seen this ever used early on when you're trying to give your mercenary some life leech. Maybe you don't have like your Drax yet, or your V-Gaze, or String of Heroes, whatever, and he doesn't have life leech. This is a good way to give him life leech on a slot that doesn't matter too much. So this is kind of like a use for crafting gloves. Boots, this is almost never seen. This is 15 to 30 replenish life, 2 to 4 life leech, and 10 to 20 life. You can see that a lot of the stats kind of repeat themselves. Helm as well, not often used. 10 to 20 crushing blow, 2 to 4 life leech, 10 to 20 life. Chest, chest is armor, of course. 3 to 6 LPK, so a lot of LPK here. 3 to 6 life leech, 20 to 40 life. Again, not often used. Other chests are kind of prioritized. Shield, 10 to 20 chances to block, 3 to 6 life leech, 10 to 20 life. And weapon, this is actually used pretty commonly. And normally it is used by either barbarians, late barbarians, or spin barbarians. It is used by spin sins for claws, just to get like some life leech and life on them. Used by druids for weapons, sometimes, even though druids normally prefer brilliant infusions. We're going to talk about those on another day. So yeah, a lot of builds that like physical damage because they can roll 50 to 80 enhanced damage, and this one needs, I believe, Ort runes, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Ort is for weapons, so it showed this time with the Ort rune. Right, so we got one of each. We put the weapon in, right, a big hammer, and maybe we get something good. No, we got 234 ED, which is pretty average. So we'll go ahead and sell these two back to Larzik. These were examples of different things you can craft. So now let's show how we did on our 1000 crafts. And the first thing we had to do, of course, was to buy and craft like amulets. So the way we did it is we went to Onions. You can see we bought a ton of amulets, just put them in one after another. And whatever we liked, we saved. Whatever we didn't like, obviously we sold back. This process costs a lot of gold. So make sure you have like a guide with you, maybe a Kadalis ring if you have one. Because it is like very gold consuming. And the different things you'd be looking for when crafting for blood amulets, one would be skill points. You're looking for things with 2 skills. The other things you're looking for are items that are level 30 or below. These are used by LLD players, low level dueling players, so these can sometimes become more valuable than you think, so that's like a good reason to kind of save them and slam them. And yeah, this is kind of like the way we went about it. We saved like a bunch of them in our stash, and then when we were ready, we decided like we'll slam a bunch of them. So after doing like a bunch of crafting and waiting for it to get to the point where we're actually slamming, oh, we had like a small break there. So yeah, we put like a bunch of Warstone shards, and all the ones that we were interested in, whether they were like level 30 or below, whether they had something interesting about them, we slammed. And I'll pull up like what the actual numbers of what we did was. So it took us a total of 2 hours to craft 1000 amulets. So 2 hours. I mean, I did have a few like breaks and I was chatting in between. It should take between 1 to 1.5 hours to craft that. So something like that. We chosen to slam 88 of them. Out of the 88, we had 9 that were big wins, in my opinion, that I'll show you, or 9 that were like certain wins. We had 25 bricks that I'll show you as well, and 6 that we were uncertain about in terms of if they're good or not. The rest, 48 amulets, slammed things that we're not interested in, so we sold them back. This is kind of like the process of slamming. You can see we just go back and forth, taking things in and out. And I'll show a few results along the way. Of course, while you're like slamming, crafting, buying, you might gamble some stuff that are worth keeping. So make sure to keep like your eyes open. Sometimes you'll find like a yellow or a blue amulet that is worth slamming. So make sure you don't miss those. And yeah, this is, I think this goes for like a little bit longer. Just showing like all the things that we're slamming there. But let me get out here and just show you right ahead the results. This is like the page I put the amulets in. And all these are the bricks, right? 25 bricks. Pretty painful, but you know, it is what it is. A few of them were like a little bit interesting bricks, but for the most part, nothing too big here. And all of these, of course, we're going to be selling back. I just wanted it for the visual. We had 6 amulets that were kind of interesting. We had 2 to Warp Rise, 16 all res, 20 FCR. This is a brick, actually, of a different amulet. We had this free summoning necro, a lot of life and some better chance of finding magical items, which is like okay for a summoner necro. This little 2 to sorceress, 22 all res, 6 life after each kill. You can kind of see the blood amulet attributes coming to light here. 7 life after each kill, 2 to fire skills, 10 FCR, 2 to necro, 10 FCR, 5 life after each kill, and 3 mana after each kill. So also kind of interesting. Takes care of both Lake and Make with a 210 base, so not too bad. And a very high all res 2 to Paladin, 5 life after each kill. This like effectively like a Mara with life after each kill for Paladins. Gives a bunch of dexterity as well, so you're not even missing on the attributes. So all these were like, I think, kind of okay. Over here we had a bunch of the hits. So free to Javelin and Spear with half freeze and enhanced damage could be used by like jabbers and fenders. We had this is one of my favorite hits during that day. We had 75 PLR, 2 max soul, 2 to sorceress with a lot of fire res. Very nice Raphma amulet for sorceress. We hit a lot of 2 max, so I'm just gonna warn you guys in advance. At 210 elemental skillers for druid with 2 max soul and a bunch of all res. This sorceress 210 210 means 2 to sorceress, 10 FCR, by the way. For those who are not sure, got 4 life after each kill, 3 mana after each kill. So again, Lake Make kind of amulets, very nice. With this might be the biggest hit of the day with 2 to assassin skills, 2 max all resistances, 50 PLR, half freeze duration, and 12 all resistances. Absolutely nutty amulet. We have this is not a brick, this is one of the amulets we gambled, just came out like that. 2 assassin skills, 15 all res, half freeze duration, extra lightning res, dexterity, and a hit 40 enhanced damage, so very nice. We have this free skill. This one's the only plus skill hit that we got during that day. Free skills, 19 all res, 4 life after each kill. Very nice sorceress amulet. And we got this bow, 2 to bow skills, 2 max all, 18 all res, extra poison res, and life after each kill. So these are like the interesting hits. All these, of course, will be selling. I just wanted to kind of show them. And just to kind of give people an idea of like what is like the value of crafting or how you can make money crafting. Generally speaking, if you consider the value of gems right now, if I just sell like rubies, I believe they go for 0.5 a stack. So 1,000 gems is 20 stacks, right? Yeah, it's 20 stacks, so 20 times like 0.5, it's 10 high runes. 10 high runes is obviously a lot. Jewels, I think they go for like 0.15 a stack or so, if I'm not wrong. So that would be about like, you know, 3 high runes if you multiply it. So that's 13 high runes, and I think am runes go for 0.25 each. When I was buying some extras, because I was missing some, that's what I paid at least. So that would be 5 high runes. So a total of 18 high runes spent to make these amulets. And I'll leave it up to you if you think you can make more than 18 high runes out of it. Sometimes you're a little more lucky, sometimes you're a little less lucky. Personally, I think just this amulet alone could be worth more than 18, so this could pay us back. The rest of them could like sell some of them for like 1 or 2 high runes. So that's just to show you like the value of crafting and what you can make out of it. So yeah, that was our first crafting session for the crafting week. The crafting week will last 7 days. On day number 2, we're gonna do 1,000 caster amulets. That's the thing I chose for caster. I chose like 1 craft pair item. It doesn't mean it's the most important craft, right? Weapon crafts, as we said, are super important for blood crafting. But that's the one I chose. That's the one I like the most. It's the one I recommend people do the most as well, generally speaking. if they want to make currency from crafting. But also, I just didn't craft amulets this season yet, so I was kind of missing it. So day number 2, 1,000 more caster amulets. We'll talk about caster crafting, which are some of the most important crafting in the game, I think. And yeah, I hope I'll see you all in that video. Quick reminder, we are currently registering people for the GSF. If you do want to join the GSF, GSF stands for Group Self-Found, that will start on next Friday, on the 1st of August. Make sure to hop on the Discord, look for the GSF registration channel. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you all in the next stream or the next video. And till the next time, have a good whatever you're having, and bye bye bye.